Come on, man. We got to get.
Shout out Mario Square one time, Bob.
All right, man. We'll see you.
All right, baby. Anthony Joshua! You gonna get fucked up too? With his scary hand. With his scary hand. Don't say when he left. Get him! And you by yourself. Anthony Joshua, better not come to California.
Appreciate you.
Better not come to
About the cool
Hey, Mama Wilder, that was a great interview, Mama Wilder. On Blue Blood. Great interview.
So this is my open letter to Anthony Joshua. This is about what I was going to do on the video that just ended. Dear Anthony Joshua, and I know this video is going to get to him. Can everyone tweet this video to Anthony Joshua? If you hear my voice, tweet this, tag Anthony, Facebook, whatever you got to do, make sure he gets this video. Okay, please, 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 make sure he gets this video. And subscribe to my Patreon too. Anthony Joshua, I'm going to tell you how Eddie Hearn doesn't care about you. I'm going to prove it to you right now. Just in money terms, I'm going to prove it to you. Your goal is to make as much money and grab as many belts as you possibly can. Right? Right. 2, right? You consider yourself, by all accounts, the best heavyweight in the world, right? Right. We all can agree with that, right? Not agree, but I mean how you feel about yourself, right? So that means to us, you don't need no more help. You are who you are, right? And you're getting better, right? Right. I'm going to break down this Deontay Wilder contract for you, and how you could have been like Conor McGregor. Fighting could have been a choice for you. You could have been like Floyd Mayweather. You take these 2 fights with Deontay Wilder. Maybe you win one. I don't pick you to win, but I mean, you have to fight. It's neither. That's not important right now. Let's say, I'll get there. You could have been like Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, clamoring for you to come back and take a big fight, right? The best thing that ever could have happened to you, you win one, Deontay wins one. Both of them by knockout in the later rounds. That would have been epic, right? Let's create this hypothetical scenario around the actual fight, but not about the contracts. Anthony Joshua. If a man shows you who they are the first time, believe him. You were a free. I'm gonna get to the money part. You were a free agent all spring, all summer 18, all summer 16, whatever the trick song was. Right? We all know this. He deliberately didn't put you in negotiations and kept you in the blind with Deontay Wilder because you was not under contract by him. He didn't want you on an American network. He had the. Here's what he said. It's like neighborhood guys. Hey, if you can do A for me, I can do B for you. Right? That's the conversation he had with DAZN. I got Anthony Joshua, so I need you guys to do X, Y, Z. And whatever percent, if you're getting a percentage from DAZN, Eddie Hearn doesn't love you not one bit if you're not getting a percentage of DAZN. If you're getting a low percentage from DAZN, he doesn't love you one iota. All he loves is himself, his bottom line, and how much he's worth, and his image. Okay, now we're still in the summertime, spring, summertime. He didn't want you to negotiate. You literally could have saved HBO. You and Canelo, all they had to do was put on 4 fights a year, every quarter. And it's set up perfectly, right? They could have pushed you to November, right? HBO could have pushed you to November because you had a fight in March. That would have been good. Canelo, September. Anthony Joshua, November. Anthony Joshua, April. March, April. Canelo, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, excuse me. Would have been perfect. You would have won. Everybody will be happy. you and Canelo own HBO, but he didn't want you to negotiate with HBO. He did fake negotiations with HBO because he has share options with DAZN. I'm 1,000% sure he has stock options with DAZN. You want to know how I know he has stock options with them? Because I've been in deals like this before. Not me getting the stock options, the share options. I'm just being real. Not me getting it. Or bonds. Maybe he has bonds in DAZN. Whatever. He either got bonds or he has shares. Either the case. Right? And I've lost money on deals like this with to just show you how thorough what I'm saying is true. When Howard Stern liquidated his shares with Sirius Satellite Radio in 2010. I'm not going to tell you how much money I spent on it. But when he signed and then he liquidated, he signed late in the week and then he liquidated early the following week, I lost thousands upon thousands of dollars overnight. I'm just being real with you. That's the same thing what Eddie Hearn is doing. He owns a piece of DAZN. He has share options. He's a stock. You understand where I'm coming from? He's a shareholder. I'm trying to explain it to you. If you are not a shareholder or a primary voter in DAZN, you have failed. Because you're the face of North America DAZN right now. You're the face of the UK DAZN market. And if this is in its preliminary stages or beginning stages, infancy stages, and you own nothing of it, you're a fool with 4 capital letters. All right? Now, Eddie Hearn came to you, and this is going to pierce your spirit, Anthony Joshua. We have a chance to do something epic. We have a chance to break the U.S. market and own everything possible, right? In so many words. Anthony Joshua gets excited. But what about HBO? Well, they're not offering enough money. Well, we can't go to Showtime. We can't do Showtime because that's going to be our competitor. He didn't say that in so many words, but that's what he's saying. In his eyes, Eddie Hearn just wants to be the best promoter in the world, Craig. He wants to be the best promoter. That's his goal. You are his biggest pawn. Okay? Now let's get into the money thing. So he moved and used you, Anthony Joshua, to get what he wanted. He's a shareholder in DAZN. I'm telling you, I know he's a shareholder in DAZN because I know how these things work. My financial advisor has the ability to move billions and billions and billions of dollars. Okay, I've said his name in other videos, but since this video is going to do strong, I'm not going to mention his name. All right? Now, he conned you into moving with DAZN because maybe you get 0.5%, right? Right? You're definitely not a... Anyway, so you get that, right? Now we get into the contracts with Anthony Joshua. With Deontay Wilder, hypothetically speaking. By this time, Anthony Joshua didn't know what the hell was going on. Eddie Hearn told him, we're going to fight Povetkin. I know it. I know it. Because he told him, oh, Deontay Wilder doesn't want the fight. He's lying about everything. I know it. I can tell by the tempo. I can tell by the conversation. I can tell by the lack of detail from Anthony Joshua. I can tell by the silence of Anthony Joshua. Now, here's what he should have did with you, Anthony Joshua. Here's what he should have did to you, Anthony Joshua. Here's what you should have did. You should have requested. Okay? I don't know you personally. I've never interviewed you personally. But I can tell you lack American confidence. Whatever that means to you, you lack it. Okay? You lack American confidence. You lack organic sportsmen. You call them sportsmen. You lack American sportsmen's confidence. You lack it. You don't have it. It's not a part of you. We all can see that. I would have gave you the Deontay Wilder deal. If not in September, in January, I would have signed. Here's what I would have did. Now, let's say hypothetical, the fight didn't happen. I would have signed the deal still right then and there to have that my next fight. I would have told Deontay Wilder, you go knock out some white Polish dude. Whatever market we're weak in, here's what I would have did. I'm going to teach you guys so much right now. Deontay Wilder, Now let's look at the demographic of this market, right? Okay, boxing is real low in Poland, right? Anthony Joshua, boxing is real low in New Zealand. I know he just fought Joseph Parks. Let's not use that. It's real low in Asia. It's real low in Asia and real low in Poland. Okay, Anthony Joshua. We're going to sign the contract. We're going to say that we're not going to announce the opponent. We're going to say that the agreement is done. We've come out. We've agreed the terms. We're going to fight. We got a 2-fight deal. Rematch clause on both sides. And we're going to do this fight to promote the fight, right? But all this is in preparation of getting the pay-per-view market. Anthony Joshua, I want you to go fight an Asian. A heavyweight in Asia that's 24-1, and everyone in Asia loves him. They got him somewhere. I don't know who he is. Polish. We're weak in Poland, right? So Deontay Wilder, I'm going to need you to fight in Brooklyn, not in Vegas. I need you to fight in Brooklyn, right? The #1 market in the world. I'm going to need you to fight there. I want you to fight this Polish guy because we're going to need these pay-per-views in these markets, right? You guys are going to knock these guys out in under 4 rounds, all right? Period. End of discussion. These guys, both these guys are supposed to go 4-round fights. Now we have made an impression on the Polish market, and more importantly, we've made an impression on the Asian market. Whoever fights second, we announce the fight. Whoever is the biggest market, obviously Asia. So we announce the fights in the UK, but we announced the fight on that day when Anthony Joshua knocks out the Asian, right? Makes sense now, right? Now we've pushed in the market. We announced the fight. 4 months later, we have Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder 1. Now keep in mind, Anthony Joshua, you still get that $50 million, right? You still get the $50 million with the upside of the 50-50 split of the gross profit or net profit, whatever you got. I don't know if it's net profit because you have expenses for the fight. Now let's say you lose that fight. It's Deontay Wilder's turn. You get Deontay Wilder's terms. You guys just flip-flop terms, right? You have $80 million, lowball $80 million going into the second fight. Plus the $20 million you made by knocking out that Asian in 4 rounds. You have made $100 million in 6 months. Are you guys following me right now? Anthony Joshua has made $100 million in 6 months. All right? Deontay Wilder, he won the first fight. He has made $45 million. Right? He has made $45 million. Okay, now let's flip-flop it. This is all in 1 year, right? He has made $100 million, and this is lowball because I think the pay-per-views does over 700,000 pay-per-view buys in America, and they do close to $2 million in the UK on the first one at $25 American dollars a pop, right? They go for $19.95 or something like that, right? So low ball, you've made, I just want to use round numbers. You made $100 million in 6 months fighting a way lesser opponent and losing to Deontay Wilder, right? Now we are in summertime. The next fight is in July. We pump it up. I hate you. You hate me. You deserve. You go that Twitter war. We play the highlights. We pay people to make it go viral. It goes super viral. It gets 1 billion hits over the course of 3 or 4 months. Then we come back and start the PR tour. The fight is bigger than it's ever been before, right? It was an epic knockout, right? Whatever it is, somebody's getting knocked out. Deontay Wilder knocked you out, Anthony Joshua. You want an immediate rematch, right? All right. Okay, you get the immediate rematch, right? Now, you've already made $100 million, Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder has made $45 million, right, with the 2 fights combined. Now, with the second fight, it's bigger than normal, right? Now, Anthony Joshua, you're splitting the gross profit minus Deontay Wilder's guarantee. If it's $50 million, it's $50 million. I have no idea what it is. But let's say Deontay Wilder makes $55 million, right? Or whatever the case may be. Anthony Joshua, you make 35 million. Anthony Joshua, you have made 135. This is all low ball numbers. You have made $135 million in 3 fights. And let's say you won, right? Because you literally can make adjustments and learn how to beat a Deontay Wilder because you've been in there with him, right? Right? Makes sense, right? That's why the road team always wins, or not always, but a lot of times win game 2 because they make the adjustments from game 1 and they win and they get blown out, or the team that gets blown out in game 1 always comes back and makes an adjustment and either makes the game super close or win, right? We see it a lot in game 2s in the NBA. Now, guess what we have? We got the trilogy. But you don't go right into the trilogy. That's oversaturating the market. You want us to clamor for it, right? So we look at the pay-per-view market. Where are we weak at in the pay-per-view market? This fight is big now, right? You beat Deontay Wilder the second time. Deontay Wilder's going to be pissed, but shit, look at the money he's making. He'd have made $100 million in 3 fights, and Anthony Joshua has made $140 million in 3 fights, or $150 million because he has a $50 million cushion. So let's say Anthony in 3 fights he's made $150. In 3 fights, Deontay Wilder has made $100, right? Now, wherever we're weak at, that's where we find the opponent, right? Deontay Wilder, I need you to fight a Russian. We didn't do good in pay-per-views, so we need you to go to fight a Russian. We need you to go knock out this Russian in 4 rounds. Cool, no big deal. Deontay go do it. Anthony Joshua, I need you to go to Greenland. I need you to knock out this guy from Greenland. We didn't get no pay-per-view market from Greenland, so let's try Greenland, right? Or let's go back to Asia because I know we're making headway in Asia. So let's try and exploit that market. So you go knock out another guy. Your minimum guarantee in the UK, Anthony Joshua, is $20 million, right? That's what you say. I'm just only going to. You have $170 million in 2 great fights and 2 lesser opponents. You've made in 4 fights. You've made $170 million, right? Deontay Wilder probably makes $5 to $10 million per fight. He's made $110 million, right? Everybody here with me? I don't know what the numbers are, but let's just use these numbers for the sake of this conversation. I'm giving you guys business 101. I'm teaching you guys so much right now. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm talking to Anthony Joshua, by the way. This is still my open letter to Anthony Joshua. Through 4 fights, Anthony Joshua's made $170 million. Deontay Wilder's made $110 million. Right? Because the guarantees are different when they fight separately. Now, guess what we gonna do? We bringing this fight back because you guys fought in July to rematch in July, right? You guys beat up somebody in November and December, right? Guess what we're doing right after the Final 4? We're bringing back the trilogy. This is what we want to see, right? If they want to see Canelo Triple G, why wouldn't they want to see a trilogy out of you? Now, this fight is going to be stupid big. We're 1-1. We're splitting this shit right down the middle. It's a $200 million fight. This fight is a $200 million fight by now. You've made 170 by now. Deontay Wilder's made 110. You walk away in 5 fights, 270 million. Deontay Wilder walks away with 210 million. Career over. It takes a year and a half to get this done. You've made 200, and this is low ball. You've made 270 million. Deontay Wilder's make 210 million. You guys will love each other the rest of your life. Mickey Ward, Arturo Gotti, they didn't keep on fighting because they wanted to beat up on each other. They got guarantees. HBO gave them I don't know what they were, but HBO gave them guarantees to fight. So that's my open letter to you. Anthony Joshua, you don't have $270 million. He doesn't love you. All right. Barbershop conversations, man. I thought I did hopefully you guys understand that. Hopefully it made sense. And that's the reason why I'm telling Anthony Joshua he doesn't love you. Eddie Hearn only cares about himself. Eddie Hearn should have went into the hood and should have came in with great humility, really understood the American market, get a guy with my brain, get a guy with 78's brain, get a guy with just all these regions. I'm just talking about the brain, like since get a guy like I don't know, who gives a fuck. I don't know. You know, he did make some good hires though. I'm not mentioning names. I see some of his employees. I love some of his employees. He's made some great hires. But at the end of the day, we gonna bury this nigga, Anthony Joshua. We gonna bury Eddie Hearn. We gonna bury him in the Vegas desert with all the mob casualties, or he's getting back on the Nina Pinta Santa Maria and heading back to the UK. Those are the only two options now, Anthony Joshua. Now you're in a position of begging of begging Deontay Wilder for the fight. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Anthony Joshua, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me out of 270 million, shame on me. Barbershop Conversations, man. Join my Patreon and we're going. Thank you guys. Peace.